going on? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? Man, let me update. What's going on, everybody? KELLEN KASH here, and coming back another work break conversation. Had a great night. Great company. You know what? When you are living like just that, your purpose, how your circles just tighten up is a beautiful thing. Got to sit down with the OG and his family. We just came back from Dallas. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time in Dallas. Really got to see a part of Dallas that I had never seen. It's so much going on in Dallas. Whether went to the Potter's house for the first time, that was great. Um, I know some of the church scene and the media scene in Dallas, and it's changed throughout the years. But even like the African scene, they told me there were like 3 million Africans down in Dallas now, and I know there's a million Nigerians in Houston. But it was just a beautiful time. I mean, I got to really see the real the real deal of Dallas, Africa, and it gave me a love for Dallas. 'Cause I wasn't a Dallas fan, but you know, I could see myself living in Dallas. What I want to talk to you at first about is why folks, talking about Dallas. You got folks who are Dallas Cowboy fans, Patriot fans, have all the stats, but they do not have the stats on their life and where they want to go. And man, I tell you, this is the saddest thing because it's like everyone else's life, what's happening on Love and Hip Hop, some of you ladies and you gentlemen. But then when we say, man, what's going on with your business? You say, oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm stuck or this and that. And when you're stuck, what do you do? If you were stuck in a mud patch, would you just sit back and not do anything? No, you get unstuck. You push, you kick, you scream, you yell. But a lot of folks they're not doing that. They're saying they're stuck, they haven't did it, which I know everyone's not going to be an entrepreneur, but don't tell me, someone like myself, and waste my time and say you want to be an entrepreneur and you're not willing to put anything into your business. You're not even willing to put in the effort to go to meetings that you need to go to. And I say that in love, like no judgment. Nobody's better than anybody else. But there are people who work harder and are serious about what they want to do, what they want to accomplish. And it's just so funny how the you'll let stereotypes and the propaganda, stop you from before you even start. It's crazy, you know, and being unconventional, but also living in my purpose. And it's really a gift. It's a blessing. It's a gift um, that I can't explain how we're gonna work on something and why I know it's gonna work out. All I know is when we touch something and we work hard, they say faith without works is dead. When we put all that together, man, the power that we have from that, forget everything else. You know what I mean? Forget everything else that you in school, the research, this and that. Sometimes you just have a gift for it. And that's why big companies win because they found out what their gifts are and they've got other gifted people and they put it together. But you don't have to be huge to win. What you have to do though is be dedicated. You have to be serious. And for the non-serious, that's the part where I'm like, you see people, on Snapchat, if it's not a video game, if it's not a sports game, it's social media. You're watching everyone else's life. And then you'll try to go 1 or 2 days out of the week and try to replicate that life on your budget. Your fun is what you find fun doing by yourself. Your fun is what you find doing with, your friends, your family, your spouse, your significant other, girlfriend, boyfriend. It's not what you see on TV. Don't just go rent a boat. Don't just go touch a stingray just because. Do these things because they actually interest you, not just for the gram, not just for Snapchat. Don't do it just for social media, but live a full life. Get out, touch some things, see what you like. And everyone doesn't have to touch everything. That's the thing. We all can't do the same thing. I'm tired of seeing people doing the same thing. You know, okay, you're going after the bag, go get the bag, but then do something purposeful. Sometimes, and sometimes you'll do something, and I've had this recently more and more. You'll just do it for free, and things will come back to you in a major way. Sometimes you'll do it for free, and folks will say, you know what? You put me on. I got to do this for you. And they do all that they can. And please believe everyone's doing all that they can. If they could give you $1 million, if folks could afford it, they'd probably give you $1 million. But everyone can't afford that. And everybody is not at the same place in life. Some folks, y'all are working hard, at a job you don't like, but that's the job that you have for now. But something that was really ingrained in my head by one of my brother-in-laws, Dean. He was, it's like people just, you cannot put people where you see them now to where they're gonna be. And the way you get to where you want to be is you find a good circle around you. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is doing anything by themselves. It's such a team behind anything that we do. It's like a dream. And I say, wow, how do we pull that off? And that was because everybody came together. That was because everybody played their part. Somebody might have had the money, well, let's put the money up. Somebody might have the talent, let's put the talent up. And music and anything that you do, that's how these things work. Someone has the money, some have the talent. Sometimes people have both. But no one's coming to give you anything. You gotta, for someone to put their money up on you, you really gotta be benefiting them in one way or the other. You really gotta be putting in some real work. Nobody wants to put in money for lazy. People ask me, oh, would you invest in this? Would you invest in that? Okay, if I invest in it and then you show me that, you're going to be hard to find, or the system's really not going to make sense, and I want to give you any more money, but I got to put up money to see that, right? If you say, okay, I want you to invest in something, but I see that you're, with my money, you're not going to invest it into anything else. You're going to eat off of it, but you're not going to invest it in anything else. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the game. This is the real game, that you got to understand that you can't go alone. And if you got to be the boss in every situation, you can't. Nobody is trying to be around someone who thinks they know it all. That's why I love having a solid team. Love being able to sit down with the elders like today and see how they got it, and take that and say, okay, see what I really need to be focused on. I see what it is. This whole thing is about monetizing your life, people. Whatever you do for fun, you can do for funds. You dig? Whatever you can do for fun, you can do for funds. Whatever you need, and to the point where you're like, you know what, I don't need funds anymore. We all need funds, but it's just how you get it. Instead of putting in that time, now you put in your thought, your strategies, and you put it into play. And you got to be called to some of this work. Some folks, you guys, you love just doing, whatever. You're like, it's whatever. I'm just gonna do, this 9 to 5 labor, 12-hour days, whatnot. But some of y'all are called to do that for various reasons. I can't tell you why, because I don't know you. Maybe if I knew you, and that's why I have the appointment line where people can come get some of this information, because it's truly divine. Um, it's nothing that like you can study. It's nothing that I could have gave myself. It's just listening, and if you're quiet enough sometimes just to listen, you'll say, okay, I see what that is. So I want to give you this game to tell you you are enough. You do have it. But what you have to do is get around a circle and get around your tribe and be around some positivity, because a lot of y'all around some this negativity. You can't win with this negativity at all. You cannot win with negative. You got to be around positive. You got to be around people who, it's like you almost got to buy in to an organization. A lot of people buy into fraternities, sororities, and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be an Alpha Phi this and AK this and that." But you got to buy into this business thing. That's what we do at the CPR firm and CN8MD and CU Stat. All these different businesses to get people funds so they can then become entrepreneurs and strong entrepreneurs. But you gotta want to put it on. If I gotta be in a Bentley just so you believe me, you ain't ready. If I gotta sit there and be and rent all this stuff and make it seem like I'm bigger than life, like I'm Oz, like I'm the Wiz, come on, man, you're not ready. You got to do this for you, not me. We're just supporters, and the people that work with me, we're all just supporters, and all have unique talents, and that's why you got to have a big squad to really get this thing going. So I'm telling you, I'm learning just like you every day. And the more we learn together, the more we grow, the more we progress to do our purpose. And in between, on the way to that purpose and completing it, we have a little bit of profit or a lot of bit of profit, depending on how you want it. You don't ever want too much where you go crazy. You don't want to go Dorian Gray. I was talking about that earlier today, and I'm like, you don't want to go Dorian Gray. You always want to have something you work towards. You always also want to know that you have an expiration date. Man, think about that. Well, read that book, Dorian Gray. He didn't have an expiration date. I'll let you read it, see why. Do your research. You know, you might just Google it and find out something in Wikipedia. I don't know, but it's just a blessing to be able to give the game, share the game as I get the game. You don't have to follow anybody's lead. Everybody is working. On their path. I know my wife was having a friendly conversation with the Lyft driver. What's up, Prince? And he was talking about how he wanted, 4 wives. And I was like, 4 wives? Like, who are these women in 2019 that's marrying, a Lyft driver? But you don't know, you know, you got a royal title. You don't know where Prince will be in 5, 10 years when we planned to have these 4 wives because he was still trying to work on one. But you don't know, and everything's for everybody. He was Muslim, but it's a little everybody. Everyone has various ways about them, and that you know the propaganda. One thing that the world has done is brainwash a lot of people that say, what's inside of me, I'm going to deny to try to fit in. And that's the part where I'm just so thankful to be free because we ain't thinking about fitting in. We just doing our work. We getting in, and we're being told, yeah, this is what you got to do. And it's a blessing to not have to fit in. We have a saying at the house, fitting in is for losers. I need a shirt like that. We don't want to fit in, we want to wear our clothing when we want to wear it, and we don't want to have to follow the mold. But I want y'all to engage, put comments, keep sending emails. A lot of people have personal stuff and they don't, necessarily want to put in the comments or, engage on the different anchor.fm and the other platforms. But I like for those who do. And there's a Patreon. A lot of folks want some game and they want help. There's Patreon, there's booking time. It's a non-judgmental zone that, can give you some judgment. There's a way to righteously judge and tell somebody, hey, this is what I think, what the next step would be for you for the goals that you told me. And it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody, one, can't afford it. Two, everybody isn't going to understand it. Some folks aren't meant to hear it from me, but we got team members and we got links of people who can help you and maybe they are better suited to help you with your problems. Because it's not about me. I always let people know that it's just about the work. Period. Point blank. I'm just a facilitator to help the work. I'm just a vessel. It's like a straw, from something to get to point A to point B, C and D. I'm just the straw that you blowing on to get it there, or sucking up the game. It's a whole nother show, you know, sucking up the game with Kellen Cash. Man, I'm telling you, ideas flow. So y'all be blessed. Try to keep these things short so you can keep it moving. But Grand Rapids, Michigan, I'm gonna see you soon. I can't wait to see you. North Dakota, Tampa, Delray, Florida. Um, I believe Atlanta. Man, we're gonna see a lot of places real soon. So hit me up. Don't be shy. Let's connect. One thing I start cutting people if like people you tell them where you're going and then you go there and then they can't link up with you for whatever reason or some boo boo, and it's like, man, what is this? Like, what is this? Why are we playing this game? We don't need to be Facebook friends if we can't, build. Because I'm trying to build business. I'm trying to build relationships. We're trying to build, empires and legacies. And you playing. You know what I mean? So let's do this, people. Let's keep pushing. We got greatness in us. I'll be blessed.